Hey everyone, it's Chris, the PDX Picker. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about a flat lay system for reselling clothing online. I'm going to show you what my system looks like and then talk about the materials that go into it so you can go buy them and then make one for yourself to use at home for reselling your own clothing online. Okay, so before we go into the materials, I just want to do a quick overview on what exactly the purpose of the flat lay is. And there's basically three main purposes. The first one being you want something that holds the clothes in place. So when you put up that shirt, when you put up that pair of jeans, you don't want it slip sliding around so you're trying to move your camera or your phone all over the place to take the picture of it. Number two, you want to make sure that you have adequate lighting in place so that your buyer can see the color of the items and the condition of the items up close and in a much better fashion. And lastly, you want to make it easier on yourself to take the photos. You don't want to be bending down super low or reaching in awkward directions to try and take the photos. So you want those clothing items to be just right in front of you, a nice and easy way to take the photos. So the first item that's most important for your flat lay is the board itself. In my case, what I used was a foam insulation board, and it looks like this. Basically, this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a piece of foam or styrofoam-like material that you can buy at any of your home improvement stores. I got this at Home Depot. And what is great about this is it's a nice large size, but it's actually really light, so it's very easy to move and maneuver around. So this is actually the back of my flat lay. And I wanted to show you that so you could see what the board looks like, but then also so you could see that I attached this gray kind of fleece fuzzy blanket to it. The purpose of the blanket is it adds a level of friction to your board to keep things from sliding down on it. And I actually just hammered this into the board with little roofing nails on the back here. That's how it's held on there. But let's turn this around so you can see what it looks like from the front. Okay, so from the front you can see that it's all this nice one solid gray color. And I also have this hanging down from the top. This is a string. I tied a string through a hole in the back of the board. And what I use this for is if I have an item of clothing that still is too slippery to stay on here, I can put that item of clothing on a hanger and put that hanger through this loop here, and then that will hold the item in place right there. So now that we've made the board itself, let's talk about how we got it into place here. And there's a couple of different avenues that I use, and it's this down here. So first what I have here are these upside down storage containers. The reason I have those in place is they're actually acting as risers to lift the foam board up higher so that it's easier for me to take photos at this height. If I was shorter, or if you were making this for yourself and you're shorter than I am, you might not need these risers, or maybe you need even larger risers. It depends on what is most comfortable for you. The next thing I have are these boxes, and you can see I actually cut them at this particular angle, and the reason for that is the corner of the flat lay board just slides right into there and holds it in place. So I just kind of cut this straight and that one at a little bit of an angle, and I did that on both sides of these boxes here, and that way the flat lay just kind of locks into place there. It doesn't move around a lot when you're laying the items of clothing on here. I did put some weight in these boxes so that they don't shuffle around, so I put a couple of cans of paint that I actually have as listed inventory. You can put whatever you want in there for weight, just something that will keep these boxes in place so that they aren't sliding around. Again, when you're putting items of clothing on or taking them off, sometimes these boxes would have a tendency to shuffle and move around, and you don't want that. Okay, and the last two materials that you need for your flat lay are adequate lighting. This was out of the way originally for when I was showing you the board itself, but I actually have two of these nice flat LED lights, and when you turn them on, you can see that it lights up the area very nicely. So the nice thing about these is they are very flat, they are very compact, so they take up very little space. Some of the other lights will have big, I'll show you this here as a comparison. Now a light like this might be more common, and it might even be a little bit cheaper than these LEDs, but as you can see, it takes up a lot more space and it really hinders your efficiency and your convenience. If you have this big light sticking out in the way, it just makes it harder to maneuver around and just get in and out of the places. So that's why I really like these small, compact LED lights. The other nice thing about these LED lights is you can change the coolness or the warmness on it. You can kind of see the tone of the lights change. So that can help really get a better idea of the color of the item when you're taking the photos for it. Well, let's go ahead and grab an item of clothing and I'll show you what it looks like on the flat lay itself. All right, so this first item of clothing, I put a nice vintage Wrangler brush popper shirt on here. I kept it on the hanger to show you what it looks like for this. But you can see it lays out flat really nicely. Very easy to take pictures. If you want, you can certainly take it off of the hanger. It still serves the same purpose, and I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So again, without the hanger, same process, very similar overall look, but really easy. That shirt's not going anywhere. It's very easy to maneuver it and take photos, whatever spot or area or portion of that shirt that you want to highlight any flaws or condition issues. So very convenient for you. I'm also going to show you what a pair of pants looks like. All right, so there you go. I have a pair of flannel lined Carhartt jeans up here, and if you know these at all, you know that these are very heavy, so they would definitely have a tendency to slip and fall if they were not put in place nicely with this blanket on here. So really easy to take the photographs when it's set up like this. Flip it over, same kind of thing. Very simple, very easy, very efficient, and that's why I love this flat lay. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you found some information that was helpful for you. I'm going to actually create links to all of these items in the description, so if you're interested in buying any of these, I am not affiliated with any of them, but I will just show you where you can go to buy these items for your own flat lay to create at home. So if you did like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. Thanks so much, and good luck with all of your reselling ventures.